Shabbat Shalom Yasharal. Shabbat Shalom. I pray all is well. I pray that you're full of shalom, Shabbating it up. Here it is, according to this phone, that I find myself romancing once again. It's 1:22 a.m. And I was just about ready to go to bed. If you're someone who has watched a video or two of, de facto, you may have heard me say that I will be standing at attention at a moment's notice. And what an honor it is, let me tell you. And for anyone who isn't doing this, if I say missing out, you're missing out. I know what you're going to think, that's lame, like you think about a lot of stuff. And that's okay. That's okay. That shows who you are. And if you're going that far, it shows there's no chance. So I'm not going to bother with you. Good for evil. You know that, right? Lame. You might thought in your heart. It's the opposite, my friend. It really is. The rubbish and the death and destruction and grumbling and picking and fighting and bickering and complaining, quarreling. You understand. If you're someone, and I know you've done that before, if you're someone that would think lame, the guy's lame, you realize that's on the negative side of things, right? If you could see all actions, all reactions, emotions, moods, thoughts, optimism, pessimism, a line going right down the middle. What you just said was on the line, on the side of pessimism, of negativity, of death, destruction. It's on the same side of all that stuff. Yeah. So, you can think you're right in your own eyes, and yeah, that's what you're doing. And like I always say too, all I do is drop seeds. I ain't gonna never boast and try to act like I could do something the most I can. He's the only one that can change you. And I'm gonna guess he ain't gonna do it if you don't want it. He didn't do it for me when I didn't want it. But that was my story. I don't know. He might just slap the shit out of you one day if you haven't asked for it. I don't know. I don't boast. I would love to just sit and be able to show anyone that might listen to this, and who listens to this is not anything to do with me either. I drop seeds. I work. I stand at attention. At my post, I'm clocked in. I never clock out. I do what he asked, and that's it. I can't concern myself with anything other than that. And he don't want me to. You don't want to piss the boss off, do you? Do what you're told. I would love to show anyone that might listen to this how I come to this. You just heard me put my intro out, and it's a stellar one too, right? It's it's like showbiz stuff, right? Come on. I would love to show you what all transpired and everything, every little detail that went in to bringing me right here to talking to this phone again. And I bet, I'm gonna guess, that most probably think that I just that I'm like a lot of people. I know, because I think this thing too, But here's the difference. I don't just think it with everyone I see putting something out like a message or something. If I see them doing that, if I hear them say that's what they did, if I hear them say, tomorrow at 8 p.m., I'm going to be here live, or we're going to be back with our normal broadcast, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I can, with confidence, knowing I'm not boasting or stepping out of my lane, that person has prepped and planned. He is going to bring some kind of teaching, something at 8 p.m., right? I was going to bed. Now here I am. And that's how all my messages happen. And if you notice, like I have, and I've done this before, when I used to be what I thought was a Christian, and back in my days when I didn't know who Abba Yahuwah was, I didn't even believe there was a creator. I didn't believe in evolution and, all that stuff, because I'm not an imbecile, but I don't know I can't tell you what I believed, because it doesn't matter. It's nothing. But I did it, and I see a lot of people do it, and I see them that they write their little notes, and they get all ready to write their message, and they, and then when they get in front of the camera or whatever, they start shaking and they're nervous, and just like I did. And when I did it back then, I dreaded it and hated it and couldn't stand it, camera shy, whatever, you name it. Now, I'm like a little kid. I can't get enough of it. And I was telling someone earlier about this very thing, how you could tell what's of Abba and what ain't. Everything that has anything to do with my Abba Yahuwah is nothing but good, awesome, and on the optimist side of things, right? If you ever wonder if Abba's hurting you, or he's mad at you, or yeah, he doesn't want you to commit unrighteousness and stuff. But if you're turned at him and you're smiling, he's been begging you to come back to him, and you've turned and you're going back. You're back. He's not setting stipulations right now. You know the Torah. You're an adult. He's happy that you're there. He's loving it. That's the enemy that lives on the south side of things, the south side of town, that's telling you that you ain't good enough, or that you can't come back because you did this and you did that. Everybody's done all kinds of shit. And if you can't come back because something you done, ain't no one going. No. And that, the opposite of what I just said, is a lie straight from the enemy's mouth. The reason you shake and you're nervous and you can't, the reason all that Christianity goes down that way, it comes from the south side of town, my friend. And I'm only telling you that because I love it. I can boast. Let him who esteem in Abba Yahuwah, our wonderful Creator, the Most High, who always and always, as I got a breath in my lungs, will get all honor, all glory, all praise, all esteem from all I got. And to all who hopefully finds it. People probably think, just like they think about Yahusha, he's got a demon in him. Look, he was like all nervous before and he couldn't. I tried to get him to go up there and read scripture in front of the congregation, the church, and he didn't. I thought he might have pissed his pants the one time, but now look at him. He thinks he's going to be famous. And a guy was talking shit because I was singing in the bathroom the other day, Side note, like I said, everything about Ab was awesome. There ain't the guilt over here. Guilt is on the south side of things. Guy was complaining, bitching because I was singing in the bathroom. He said he made a post. He was hiding behind that keyboard, and he said, not naming names, he said, I don't come here to entertain folks and sing in the bathrooms. I come here to spread the news of the truth or whatever. And I know, I got a decent idea of what that guy does. And I'm not judging. If you do a little bit, I'm thankful. But hey, he asked for it. I said, what? Oh, you, you work for the Most High? You're esteeming? Uh, and you're saying I don't? Come on, man. I said, dude. He said, I wasn't talking about you. I said, oh, well, there was two people that esteem Abiyah who was singing in the bathroom, was there? Must be syncretism, I guess. Must be the thing that everyone's doing right now, I guess. Okay. Well, if I got something to say about you, I'll say it to you, but I never do. Because I don't have a problem if you sing in the bathroom. If you're sacrificing a child, yeah. If you're shooting someone, robbing, stealing, blah, 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 anything that comes from the south side of town. But if you esteem the Most High and you just ain't doing it quite as much as what this guy over here says he'd like for you to do, tell him to kick rocks, because he probably ain't doing nowhere near as much as you are. And that guy that was talking shit about me singing in the bathroom, he said, oh, I'm trying to get famous and stuff. You know, it's just so funny that people still think that I'm trying to get views or get famous and stuff. But first of all, let's just get it straight right now. I already am famous, buddy. My name is Dottie Ben Yahuwah. Don't get it twisted. And I put that little nugget of truth out earlier too to some people, and I'll tell you, like I told them, if you are a real child of the Most High, and you will be given esteem to your daddy if you are his children, they ain't paying you, buddy. The enemy ain't gonna pay you to tear down his kingdom, my friend. You're complaining, pointing fingers, bitching, moaning, groaning, calling names, slandering, being a keyboard warrior. All things from the south side of town. And I pray you come out of that part of the town, buddy. Those neighborhoods are bad down there. And I haven't heard too many good things about it, let me tell you. All kinds of shootings and stuff going on down there. Yeah, like I said, I would love to bring all the details and, because it's so amazing. And I know most ain't, probably all of y'all ain't gonna believe it. Maybe one person. I'm hoping one. But like I just said earlier, that's out of my lane. And I'm realizing that more and more. And praise Abba Yahuwah, he's showing me that. So I can, as I move along, I can just keep pecking away at any dross, anything that weighs me down, that is negative, that's of nothing good. Get it out of your life. I want it out of mine. I can't worry about worry. What is worry? That word, is it a negative or a positive? See, everything about Abba is truth. It's simple. It makes a trillion% sense. You don't have to think about it really. You don't have to debate. If you're debating with somebody, if they got a problem, if somebody has a problem with the Torah, the perfect Torah of freedom and liberty, who are you debating with? Your problem is with lying, stealing, murdering, anti-Torah. His problem is with Torah, with freedom, liberty, justice, and the Yasharala way. It's not hard. See, would that be hard to see what where you need to place your feet? My feet are over here. I praise Abba and give him all the glory for showing me. I did have to ask him. I did to get over here. Like I said, it's out of my, above my pay grade. I don't think he's gonna reach over there and grab you by the back of the hair, by the hair of the head, and just whip you over here. But maybe in your case, I hope he does. But I mean, I wouldn't. I'm not that. I don't live life on the edge like that, my friend, and I don't recommend it for you. Uh, Come over here, man. Just come over, and you'll see. Uh, why I'm here, though, the message, it's everything, and it has to be told. I, I, and if one person gets it, we got one more up to bat, baby, and one more that ain't gonna die, and I'll cry many a tear of joy, knowing that that's the case. And if you won't, if that's lame to you, where's your thoughts coming from? Down that dark alley down there on the southwest side of town. Quite a bit happened today. This morning, for some reason, I woke up before I even got out of bed. I watched a video I made about, it's titled something like "You Will Know Them by Their Fruit." I made it 7 months ago and kind of just forgot about it. I've made so many. But boy, is it important. And it's been the theme this whole time, basically. Never a boring one, never a boring point to make. And there's so many amazing and talk about cool aspects to everything. Just the depths of my daddy is everything I want. Yeah, that video, it's a little slow, but all that I said needs to be heard in order to fully, to get the full scope of what the message is. Because I start out talking about customers that believe lightning protection systems work the way they believe they do. And as far as I've learned, there's two different ideas, right? There's the idea that is false, that I believed for many years, that most people believe. And then there's the truth that I've came to, which is just like everything else in my life. I finally came to truth because I asked for it, and man, what? Every time I talk about this and I think about when I get ready to say the truth shall set you free, like everyone would say, I just laugh because it's like, see how I'm laughing right here and I'm just so comfortable. If I was teaching something, a prayer meeting or something for a Christian, whatever, I probably would be pissing a little bit in my pants right now. And there's been times I've proved it to people, and I've even thought myself that I'm a mean son of a bitch that would never piss his pants. But in that situation, yeah, because it's of nothing but south side of town bullshit. Yeah. We love the evil, we don't want your good, because actually the good is the evil kind of crazy people. Yeah. So that video though was about what the Most High has been showing me. I'm just someone here that's moving my lips, saying repeating what I saw. It boils down to, are you humble and meek? Are you prideful, proud, and haughty, stiff-necked, and a know-it-all? And the biggest problem with that, though, if it was just that, it would be a problem. But I think we'd have a better time at, getting that handled, situated. But the biggest issue with that whole thing, with everything, is it's when you're on the south side of town, it's so hard to see when you're being proud. And I get it. I do. And could you ever, like anything I've said so far, could you feel any like condescending attitude or I'm better than you attitude? Or is it just the attitude that's just, my gosh, you're standing in a furnace with in a 900-degree temperature. Your skin's melting off of you. And I'm sitting on the lawn chair with an iced tea in my hand with an umbrella in it on the beach right here. And I'm nice and cool. And I'm having fun. And you're arguing with me because you want me to come over there and you're saying I'm stupid and lame and gay because I'm over here. What I'm doing pretty good, I think, for only having the little bit of attitude I do have. And I don't think Abba is disapproving, and then I'm looking down my nose at anyone because I don't. I look down my nose at stupidity and filth and wickedness. I do. I look down at the serpent when my foot's on his neck, and it's going to stay there too. And y'all that want to keep trying to get me to take it off, man, you guys just got to quit, for real. I mean, I told you I'm Dottie Ben Yahuwah, baby. The famous one. I watched that before I got out of bed this morning. I got up and took care of some business, and I was happened to put something, I don't even remember what it was, I put something on Facebook, and whatever it was, Facebook didn't want me to put it out there, and they wouldn't let me. And so I seen a few of the mishpachah, some of my friends, and an idea came to my mind that, we're on Facebook, and I hate Facebook too, but I do love every opportunity I get to give all esteem to the Most High. Don't get it twisted. And I don't know anywhere else besides here and there I can do that. And if you know a better place where we're free to do it, and there's a bunch of wickedness I can aim it at, I'm there a week ago. You already know. But I don't know any place like that. This is it. So I put that on there, and they wouldn't let me have it out. I got the idea. I said, man, this is stupid-ass Marky Mark Facebook here. We are the children of the Most High. Are we going to just sit here and let this guy bully us? Let these people bully us? There's probably some Satanist sitting somewhere in Silicon Valley at a desk and laughing at us right now. And there's probably a way to get around this, and I just maybe come up with one. I wasn't for sure, but let's try it. I do remember the reason why it didn't get out. I don't remember what the content was, but it was because I was tagging people, and that's because they shadow ban me. Nothing of mine gets out unless it's a picture of a cat or something, which I do occasionally just to mess with them, and so I can see how they operate. They wouldn't let me put it out if I tagged people. If I didn't tag, they let me. So I tagged in the comments some of my friends, and I said, look at what's going on right here. Are we going to put up with this? Start sharing this, will you? What do you think happened? My mishpachah. I called on them. I was in the trenches taking grenades. because this is a battlefield, right? I mean, that's what they talk about. That's what they say too, But by the end of the day, I started to think that anyone that I don't know who saw that, I don't know who saw my comments where I tagged them, any of the people I tagged. I don't know. I'm not going to boast. But I didn't see one time that message was shared. Maybe then none of them saw it. I do know one saw it. I do. So, and I'm not mad at you. I'm not. I get it. You're in the furnace of your affliction. Your feet might still be over there on the south side of town, and you might still think you're not. And I understand how that happens too. I'm understanding. That is being meek and humble. I've told you all this before. That word, when the Messiah says in like Revelations, when he's about to tell you something that is so key, and you need to have your ears on and attentively be picking up on what he's putting down right now. He says, now this takes a mind of understanding, or those who have ears to hear, let him hear. When he said about the ears, was he talking about maybe there was some people going to walk by that just didn't physically have ears? They were born without them? No, what he means is what I've been saying. Your ears are on or they're off. You got them turned on or you got them turned off. I was telling someone earlier in a video that I made that I don't think it's posting right now. I don't know if they're going to watch that or not. Most people, pretty much everyone I know, and this is not a brag or a boast, when you're talking to them, they're looking at you. And it looks like they're listening to what you're saying. But you can always tell by the rate of their response, the content of it, their attitude, whatever. You can always tell that they really wasn't even listening to you. They was building and formulating what they were going to say. And it really doesn't have anything that can really relate like a axle with what you're saying. So information's coming out of him into you, and you're accepting that, and then you're using that information to formulate your response, so it goes back and it's like a working machine. That conversation should be a working machine. And it seems to be that the only working end on the machine the only one I have is my little phone right here. She just sits there and shuts up and takes it. She's all ears. She don't even want to talk. She just wants me to tell her what Abba told me. And if you're someone that's got a couple brain cells and you decide to listen to it and you're not full of pride, and you can, you're gonna grow, because it's coming from Abba Yahuwah, the one who made you. He knows what DNA looks like, and spike proteins and stuff, if those are even a thing, I don't know. What we have to understand is we ask questions, we don't jump to conclusions, we don't make assumptions, accusations. Somebody comes up and says, hey, Johnny broke that window out over there and you didn't see it. This guy's saying Johnny broke that window out, and you look around, Johnny's back there looking at you. Do you turn around and say, what did you do that for? And start bitching at him with an attitude, and then make him feel like crap, and then everything around you that's all going on is a bunch of crap from the south side of town? Or do you turn around and you say, you use what Abba Yahuwah, your daddy, taught you to use? You say, did you break that window out over there? What happened here? I didn't break it out, Johnny says. That guy was standing over there when I come up with a baseball bat in his hand, and there was no one else here. Well, did you see him hit it? No. And he was just blaming Johnny. Well, Johnny must have enough understanding in him, because he could have just turned it right around on that guy, the accuser, the original accuser. But he didn't. And you know what the fruit of that was? What me in the middle is going to take away from that is if He could have turned that around on that guy. And I could have easily turned around and said, oh, yeah, Johnny broke it, huh? Mm-hmm. Sure wasn't you. You did that, didn't you? And start coming with all kinds of filth and garbage of my own from the south side of town. But because he didn't blame you, which is not from that side of town, I saw that he was telling the truth. I was able to gain a fact. I had to wonder no more. I had to worry. I had to not know the truth no more. So all of the evidence was pointing towards you now, the original accuser. And you were bringing a bunch of shit from that side of town. So if I have to place my bet and draw my conclusion, I'm probably gonna go with you're the one that did it. But I'm not gonna, because I don't get down like that. I'm cut from a different cloth. And Yahuwah has made me, formed me in my mother's womb to not do that, because we're set apart. I am a child of the Most High. And if I'm sure there'll be people that if they probably won't. No, there ain't gonna be too many that's gonna make it this far in the video. And it's sad, because I see all kinds of people on there that are complaining about how there's not enough people doing this, and there's so much wickedness and horribleness and everything on Facebook. And then here's people like me pleading with them people that are asking for such. I'm pleading and I'm saying, look at what Abba gave me. He told me the key to all this. And what are you coming at me with? Is it from the nice estates in the northern, really nice part of town? The good stuff? Or you got your nose curled up and it's kind of twitching and you're like, this Dottie, he sung in the bathroom the other day and I just know he's trying to get famous. He's out to get money is what he's doing. And someone that is a child of the Most High, he can only see the truth because that's all he knows. That's all he's been taught. He sees the bad and he sees the good. He sees the good, the bad, and the ugly, and you're the ugly. And you got nothing but bad. And I'm standing there looking, well, where's the good he's asking for? I got some here for him, but he's calling it evil. Oh, yeah, my dad told me about this, that they would call evil good and good evil. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, I got to get away from you. He told me to, from such like you, to withdraw from. So I got to go, bud. Yeah, I mean, if you happen to hear it, I hope and pray you listen to it. I pray the best for you, because, that's what we do over here on the good side. We make sure we pray for you, and if you want that hot coal heaped upon your head, I mean, you're going to be the one that's going to ultimately be to blame for it being heaped on there. And I bet you're still shaking your head right now. I bet your nose is just a twitching. I bet it is. And you're thinking, he's being condescending. He said bullshit like 3 times. What kind of God believer is he? Well, I'll tell you. I know you're asking that question, and you've asked it a bunch of times, and you've accused and concluded a bunch of times about what I just said. I'm going to tell you, bullshit. There's nothing wrong with it. You accusing someone falsely, and you're calling what I'm bringing from the Most High, which is an amazing thing that's of all the good you could think of. You're saying it's wicked and calling me all kinds of dirty, wicked things, falsely accusing me. I'm showing you what I am, or anyone that has a brain to see it. That's how I could never be in the league with the people before me and with the Messiah. My gosh, he said, "Let those who have an ear hear." I would have never thought of that. I'd have said, if you got a half of a brain cell and if you can't see this, you're brain dead. I don't know if you should be here right now because, is he with you? He is. Is there something wrong with him or something? I got this piece of gold right here, and he's telling me he don't want it, and he was just asking for it a couple minutes ago. And now that I got it for him, he's cussing me out. He's wanting to get violent with me because I went and got it for him. What's wrong with this guy? I wouldn't have been as nice. I wouldn't have. He was whipping money changers. I'd have been knocking their lights out. Yeah. So I don't claim to be the best. I don't. I love and I always will. And I can tell you what I do claim because I know it for a fact. I'm a son of the Most High Abba Yahuwah. Best believe it. Yeah. So, like I was saying earlier, as uh, you, I'm just going to tell you what I'm experiencing right now. As I'm drawing closer to Abba, he's pulling me in closer. He's showing me how to drop off baggage, more and more baggage as I get closer and closer, and you can see how this is it's perfection. I'm being perfected. Don't think I just said, you can think whatever you want. I didn't say I'm being perfect. I am perfect. I'm being perfected. Um, I'm getting to drop more and more baggage off, and you want to know some of that baggage, and it's so amazing. I thank him so much. I really do. Out of everything he gave me today, I'm always wondering, like, what am I going to name these videos? Who's going to watch it? I'm not going to have to worry anymore when I name the video. Who watches it? It doesn't matter. It don't matter. It does not matter. I just got to do it because, and obviously somebody must gonna watch this or gonna hear it that's gonna take and use what's being said. All right, he wouldn't be having me do it. He's not a dumbass for sure. He don't waste time. No one's. So I would, before I'd be like, well, what am I gonna name this? Like, you know, think about all you said, and just, gather up a decent title out of all that you've thought about. It doesn't matter. Most of you ain't gonna hear it anymore. You're not gonna listen to it. You're not. And it ain't. If one person who is of a mind of understanding and reasoning and rationale hears it, he'll more than likely use it in what the title of it is and who else watched it. And if you're a scoffer and you want, it ain't gonna matter. None of that's gonna matter. Me saying bullshit ain't gonna matter one bit. All that he's gonna see is the truth and the wickedness and the goodness. Like I'm trying to tell you, I'll go ahead and admit, I am kind of like not pretending because I don't pretend, but I'm like, it's hope is what it is. I'm hoping that the way I'm talking is out of hope that you do one day hear it. But you see, I always have to come back to reality and say, you're not going to listen to this. Your nose is curled up too far into your brain because, I don't know, you must want to be a Karen. Are you a Karen? I don't know. Oh yeah, are men named Karen? Can we call men Karens? Me and my son I think he said Charlie or something, but that don't sound right. I wouldn't call one Charlie. I know I got a cousin named Charlie who's really cool. When that stuff with the Facebook was going on, you know, I was I said a couple things. Yeah, that you probably might say. You're gonna say for sure. I shouldn't have said all that shit. You're gonna say I shouldn't have said that shit. But it brought about a lot of things so amazing. I would just love it if you could see. And that's love right there. I can see that's love. Why would I love for you to see something good if I don't like you and I'm evil and I want nothing but bad for you? I wouldn't want you to see something that's amazing from Abba who can save you. You're taken out of here. I'd want you to turn around, stick your head in the hole, and die. That's what you want because you're from the south side of town. I was upset kind of about what they didn't do. And it wasn't, I told them I wasn't mad at them. I get it because I know that's just how the world is. And I got over getting mad at these people like you. But I can bitch at you and have a good time, all the while esteeming my Abba and boasting in him like no one you've ever heard before. That's really my mission, is to make sure I leave a mark on you. uh, yeah, I was upset, maybe you could say, and he caused me to remember something that he did, that me and him did. And you know what it was? It was like you're getting all worked up. This is Abba thinking about me, his son, You're getting all worked up over these guys that don't care nothing about you. Let me remind you about that time me and you had that most intimate, raw conversation, the one that changed your life forever in that jail cell. And he did. And tears started flowing like a river, let me tell you. And I got the proof. Go to my channel. I ain't gonna tell you where it is. You just gotta find it. I'm not gonna make any of it easy for you because I would if you showed a little bit that you wanted it. But I mean, I'm not. It ain't. I'm not gonna make it easy. I'm not gonna say all that because you're not going anyway. But if you do, it's on there. Uh, and what you would be embarrassed. You'll call me gay and lame and wonder about my sexual preference when you hear that I'm crying, and you'll say all kinds of bad things, and you'll never ever experience just a drop of something that's so real. I'll tell you this, just in case you ever do wake up and maybe you're on your way out of the south side of town, I want to let you know what reality is when you're down there. You're living in a false reality. What I just told you, I would love for you to experience just a little taste of what I was crying about. It is the only reality. And it's the only thing worth living for. And there ain't nothing that can even, there's nothing in the conversation. And if I didn't love you and wasn't bringing good to the table, I wouldn't said that I would love it if you could have a little of it. And you could come up and cuss me out and do all kinds of stuff to me. And if Abba would say, here, you want to hand him some of that, son? I'd say, yeah, Dad. Yes, I do. I want him to see how amazing you are too. And then maybe he'll save his life. Maybe he'll pull himself and whoever else he can up out of the south side of town, Abba. You think? You never know, my son. Let's try. I'll do it. He brought my attention to him. And it made me realize something I realized a couple times, that them people on Facebook that you sometimes get to think and have your back, and they don't. And every time I've realized that, I've come to a stronger realization. And this time I think it was those big 16 penny nails in the coffin on that whole deal for me. And like I told them, and like I've told you, and I'll tell you right now, and I'll tell you anytime I need to, or you want me to, I'll always have your back and theirs and whoever else's that needs it. Except for the serpent, he's down on the ground with my foot on his throat. Anyone else that needs it, I'll give it to you. But I'm not expecting you to have mine. And I'm totally okay with that. I got the one who can cover every back that there is at one time covering my back. I don't need you to. Go, you can do whatever you want to do. Think whatever you want. Do whatever you want. I don't need to title this for you. I don't need to have my life dictated because you're an asshole and you want to try to stop me or whatever. I don't. I dropped a big piece of luggage off a little bit ago. And Abba, he didn't want me just to kick that bag off the little trailer, He wants me to enjoy everything because he's my loving father. He made the day, a nice little day out of it. And he planned it all out. We went over there first in the morning. We had lunch, and man, it was just great. I'm telling you. And if you didn't, did you have a good day today? How was your day? Guys, listen to me. You know I like to joke around. You know I would kick your ass. You know I would love your socks off. And I can hang a moon. And you know I'll scream from the mountaintops the name of the Most High and all that's good about him. And if you can't see the truth in that and you're still mad, anyone that is listening to this, if you are hearing my voice, you are the resistance. If you're seeing that iron naysayer that I'm talking to right now, and you happen to be just bystander, and you got the capacity to understand and to reason, if you heard me, you are the resistance. Get away from those people who only know negative. Come to the positive, where everything's great. The reason those people feel guilty for not going to church is because the church makes them. What church? The Sunday Christianity churches. The falling away. The workers of lawlessness that teach against Torah. All things from the south side of town. I think Abba's got like a bunch of plans for just... It won't be here anymore. On that, I'm pretty sure that's coming soon. I can't say when. I can't say for sure. Because that's out of my pay grade. I'm staying in my lane, baby. And my lane is really nice. And if you can come over here, you can come in it too. Yeah. But if you get out of line and get out of hand, you'll take off running. If you're just faking it, you people run from this. You run from this. But the key confirmation I want to let you know before I let you go. Tonight, as a joke, I put a post on Facebook. And I'm on the verge of just saying to heck with the whole thing. But it's where I get to esteem my Abba. I put a post on there and I said, you know those games where people say, okay, you put your last pick or the fourth pick you got in your gallery on my comments. No cheating now. Ha ha ha. I said, hey, I got one. Why don't we put the last week of your total activity, just say on Facebook, and let's see who's walking in honor and integrity. No cheating now. Ha 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 ha. I really was joking. But most of my jokes have the potential for prosperity, and not of the money kind, but of treasures in heaven. A guy got on there and he said, well, do you want me to put mine on there? Like, let me know, what do you mean exactly? Like, just Facebook, or... I said, oh, a guy after my own heart. Look, Dad, there's a guy after your own heart, too. And guess what he said to me? He said, hey, Dottie, did you know that it boils down to, like, understanding and pride and meekness? And I said, Bubba, have you been watching my videos? He said, no, I said, well, buddy, I got some good news for you. I got some confirmation that's going to tell you exactly who you are, and you're going to love every second of it. I ain't going to show it. I asked him if I could show it. He was going to sleep, and he never responded because he must have fell asleep. And I don't think he'd care because he's like me, and I want my name anywhere Abba's is. And anyone that's his children. So I don't think he'd care, but he didn't tell me, and I'm Abba's child, and I ain't doing it. So, for now, I love y'all. Shalom, shalom. They didn't put that other video out, the last one I was putting up, but who knows when I'll be back, whenever Abba taps on my shoulder and says, are you ready, boy? be standing at attention, and I'll be ready to give all esteem and all praise, all honor, all glory, and all of it that you just can't stand. And I'm hoping that you come over here and get all of it and love every bit of it and never get enough of it. I love you. Shalom, shalom. For now, listen, ask questions. Stop accusing. Stop accusations. Stop with the false accusations. Stop with the jumping to conclusions. If you see something you don't know for sure what happened, even if you want to be an asshole, you're just naturally a Karen. And the person that you think might have done it, you don't like them, and you just hope it is them. The truth is always going to benefit you, whether it's something you're biased to, one way or the other, non-biased. The truth's always better. If you're uncertain, even if you could pin it on that guy and you can't stand him, and you could pin all that you want on him, the truth will always be better. You know why? It's going to come back. I will make sure that shit will come back and bite you. You'll blame it on him, give a bunch of false statements and stuff, and then somebody will have a videotape of the true person that did it, and guess who's going to jail? You. Honesty. It's the best policy, my friend. I love you. Better get out that south side of town, boy. Peace out.